Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Jordy Jane's Psychic Medium with Jordy Jane. Live from jordyjanes.com.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Jordy Jane's Psychic Medium
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone. Good morning and good afternoon. It's Jordy Janes, and welcome to my show for 15 minutes, and I'm glad you can join me. Today is really interesting. We just had a bit of tech issues. God, love tech. So today what I was going to talk about is really interesting is not getting attached to attachments and not being so worried about things going wrong. Really interesting, because we are now in the age of the new sort of normal, especially now with me being in Victoria, Australia, actually in Melbourne. Our Melbourne metro have gone into a bit of a really serious lockdown. We're not so bad, but we're still in lockdown here. And it's really interesting because we sometimes can get a little bit anxious about what we're going to do next, how we're going to go, how it's going to flow. First lockdown for me was okay. Second one, this one, not so much. But what I try and do is step back and go, okay, I'm not attaching myself to what cannot be or what can be. Does that make sense? So for me, when I just want to sort of say this, it's really interesting when we sort of get a little bit into a routine and all of a sudden the routine sort of stops. It's not a bad thing to maybe change it up, but also knowing that don't worry about if it has to change up. Take a deep breath and go, okay, let's start with this in a different light. Let's look at this in a different way. It can be quite important for us to unattach from the attachment sometimes. And it was really interesting because the old Geordie, if you saw me about 2 years ago, we had tech issues just then. I would have gone, oh my God, is it going to work? And I would have just gone automatically just clamped up and just gone, oh, I don't think this is going to happen. But now I just go, okay, it's meant to be. And then I basically tell them off to actually let me like the energy. Yes, welcome to my world. I tell the energy, okay, so we need to do this. I've got very important things to talk about today and a beautiful person I'd love to connect with. Let's do this. So I do like to take a deep breath and just go, okay, so why isn't it working now? What's going on? Where's the glitch? Let's look at that and move forward. So our beautiful producer, Dave, he's amazing, and he sort of got everything back on track, which is awesome. But yeah, it's been quite an interesting ride over the last full moon, actually. A lot of people are suffering from energy flus and really clearing out declutter, which is quite another thing too, which is attachments. Sometimes we hold on to things that we think that are going to be really good for us, and then we go, hang on a second, it's just taking up space and it's taking up time. So we need to sort of declutter. But then if there's an attachment to it, either sentimental or money is prefer, like money can be an attachment to it as well. And we just go, oh, okay, so it's not serving me anymore. What can I do with it? So looking at it this way, it's really important to allow yourself to detach from attachments that seem to be a little bit cray-cray, if that makes sense, a little bit crazy. So, but for me, it's more now about sitting in a space and just breathing and meditating, listening to music, dancing, and it's also the attachment to addiction or attachment to different things. It's always a good thing to sort of look at and open the awareness to different things. So I'm just waiting for my caller to step up, and hopefully everything is working still, because I can't see beautiful Dave typing. So hopefully that's still working. So yeah, but that's about it. What I actually might do, here we go. Perfect. Everything's working. This is good. I was about to jump on. I'm about to grab a card, actually, which what I might do, wherever my cards may be, and I don't have them handy. God bless. Love it when things just happen haphazard. Now, these are my new deck, and I'm very excited to receive these. They've only just been released actually just been released, to be honest. And the beautiful Colette Baron Reid, which I absolutely love. I've got her cards, the Oracle of Seven Energies. So I'll just pull a card for the day. And so you can use this for the day, you can use this for the week. But what I normally do is set the intention. My fingers are getting caught in my scarf, which is awesome. So let me just shuffle, and I'll choose a card while I'm waiting for a beautiful caller. But yeah, I feel like I just want to say time is now to start decluttering. And I know you guys are beautiful in summer, and we're just coming out of winter. Got one more month and we go into spring. I'm so excited. So let me just receive a card. So the card, shining through. So with this card, when I see and I connect to this card, I just want to acknowledge that even though we might be going through a few sort of I want to say down moments and a few things, this card reminds me of looking at the silver lining, looking at the rainbow in the sky after a big storm. And the beautiful thing is, on Tuesday we actually had snow where I live. Now, Wallen doesn't normally get snow, and the last time it snowed was about 24 years ago, 25 years ago. So to see snow in a place that doesn't normally get snow, it was such a beautiful sort of, even though it was bloody cold, the silver lining shining through was the snow that came through, and it was absolutely gorgeous. So, but today I just want to say, if you're drawn to this card, it's all about seeing the positives, seeing the different sort of energies and shifting in things. So hopefully I've got, okay, all right, cool. So I have Heather on the line, who I'd like to have a quick chat to. Heather, are you there?
Yes, I'm listening.
Hello, how are you? I'm Geordie. Thank you for calling in.
Hi, Jordan. Hello?
So I'm beautiful Chicago. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Now, would you like me to do a little bit of a psychic or mediumship reading for you today?
Wait, I'm sorry, what was the other one? The psychic or the what?
So you've got psychic, which is what's going on around you, and mediumshiply, which is connecting with loved ones.
Which one would be more accurate? Which one would be more helpful in what I want to know?
Well, okay, so if you're after anything that's going on around you, like past, present, and future, psychic would be.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay, cool.
Hello?
So you're happy for me to just connect with you? Sorry, Heather, I'll just connect with you. How's that sound?
I can hear you. I can hear you now. Okay, we could do the psychic then.
Okay,
The
sorry.
psychic
We're
reading.
having technical difficulties. I love it. Sorry.
Yeah. Am I having difficulties?
Yeah, we are. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let me just connect with your gorgeous energy, Heather. I'm just going to run through things because we are a little bit short on time because I only have a short show, but that's okay. So, man, I just want to say, would I make sense, Heather, that you've started to look at things a little bit differently? And what I mean by this is I feel like I want to say, before when opportunities used to come to you, you would always go, oh no, I don't know if I'm worthy or I don't know if I'm right for that opportunity. Would that make sense to you?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like there's a couple of opportunities that are sort of not weighing on you, but just sort of getting you a little bit, oh, I don't know which way I'm going to go. Would that make sense? I also feel like you're going through, it's like I want to go, there's a huge shift around you, and I'm feeling it's around work, but I also feel like you're not sure where you want to go with your career. Would that make sense to you?
Not really. No, I don't know what
Okay. No.
I know what I want to do.
Okay, no, that's fine. Because I'm just looking at the way I'm seeing around you is that whether or not you don't, it's like I want to say opportunities come up, and whether or not you feel that you've got the knowledge that's coming through. Because I just feel as I connect with that opportunity, I want to acknowledge there's two that are going to be handed to you. And I feel like I want to go with your heart, not your head. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Thank you. Also around you as well, that I just feel like I want to say there's huge life shifts around you. And I feel like whether or not you're looking at moving or there's a bit of shift around the house for you, but I just feel like I want to go, there is something about furniture moving or changing position of things energetically around the house. Would that make sense?
Yes, that makes sense.
Thank you. And it's really interesting because I feel like you've got a bit of a more of a pep in your step. And I know the last 6 months have been a little bit full on, not just with the collective or anything. I just feel like within yourself, within your family, there's been some really big sort of energy shifts. And it's sort of like, I feel like I want to say to you, around March, April, it really heightened around you, but now it's more a case of I feel like it's calming down a little bit, which is really good. But I do feel like I want to say, I'm not talking about the whole sense of going, oh, it's the collective. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Thank you. And I feel like I want to just go, breathe, darling, breathe, because you're on the other side now, okay? The door has been opened. The key is ready to be unlocked. So take a deep breath. And I also want to say, dance like no one's watching. Listen to some music that really peps your energy up. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
All right, Heather, may I leave that with you? Sorry, I've run out of time, but please connect with me on Geordie Jane Psychic Medium on my Facebook page. My website's still not up yet, but I'm working on it. But please give yourself a big hug. I wish I could hug you through the phone right now.
How would I be able to get in touch with you? Because honestly, like, this was really hard to kind of understand. I can understand you're like in and out, in and out, in and out. But I mean, a lot of it.
Sorry, Heather. It might have been just my connection. I do apologize. All right. Have a great day, great week, everyone. I'll see you next week. Bit of technical difficulties there, but big hugs to Heather, and I'll see you all next week. All right, talk to you soon. Bye.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, Enlightening Television. Welcome.
Time for Sacred Sessions with Jenna Harmon. Live from JennaRoseHarmon.wixsite.com/Jenna Harmon Psychic Me.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites.
AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv.
This is Sacred Sessions
On A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good morning or good evening, depending on where you're from. Thank you for joining me again. Today is actually Sacred Sessions number 10. Amazing. It's also a very important day for me. Today is my dad's angelversary. He has been in the world of spirit for 30 years today. And his birthday is actually on the Lion's porthole, the 8th of the 8th, the Lion's Gate porthole. So I'm actually having an event on Saturday evening for those of you in my timeline, or if not, you can always join. And yeah, we're having a special event for my dad's birthday. He will be 70 on the 8th of the 8th, or would have been 70. So thank you for joining me. I feel like the energy is very intense for me today. My head is actually pounding. I feel as though we've got really a lot of support from the spirit world around me and as well as you. I've also pulled a card today, and funnily enough, it's the fertility card. So for those of you who are birthing new ideas, birthing new ways of living, birthing new routines, having a physical child come into the family tree is always a very exciting stage for all the families, really. It's an extension of who we were, who we are, and who we're going futuristically into being. It's actually a lovely, lovely thing. So there's lots of energy around at the moment, and it's very potent, I feel. I like to start my day off with a bit of a routine that kind of makes me feel like I'm a little bit me on the day. You know, I think it's very important to start our days off on the right footing if we can. Of course, we are not always perfect. And who would want to be? I don't particularly want to be. I want to be authentic. Very different. Anyway, so it's a lot of potential energy right now for manifestation. I know I talk about manifestation a lot, but what I want you all to understand is how potently powerful you really are. And that you can bring anything into your journey that you really would like to. I think the only difference is people get a bit zealous and go for the Mercedes-Benz straight away, and it may not be in your part of the journey quite right now. Anyway, what is in the journey is a beautiful, lovely caller from New Zealand. Hello, Reva. How are you, my doll?
I'm good, thank you.
Hello, my neighbour. How are you? Well, how can I help you this morning, my precious?
I was just after sort of an overview on, I'm just looking for confirmation that I'm, on the right path and that everything's going to be working out for me the way that I need it to.
Yep. Okay, Reva, the first thing
Can I be that broad?
No, that's fine, babe. That's fine. As long as we're connecting and there's a voice connection, that's all I tend to need. I don't need your date of birth, your star sign, your whereabouts, your shoe size. But what I do get for you first and foremost around you is, would anybody be dealing with property, wanting to move, land, rural, change of scenery? Would that resonate? Yeah. Okay. So if that is where some of your stress or worry or concern about the balls moving, if that's a little bit of your concern, I will have to say to you, I get property. It feels really good. I will say I feel excited in the energy of it, but I will say that I'm not quite over the threshold yet. So there's still a little bit of a ways to go. I feel as though the month of October is going to be significant here. So I'm not sure if you can take that for days. Okay, great. And I also want to encourage you to keep going forward. I feel as though you are doing something new. So whether this is you keeping it positive, trying not to let the stress in, the anxiety, the mental chitter-chatter get me down, bring me down, change anything, I think you're doing wonderful. They are clapping, which also confirms to me you're doing great. So keep pushing through those uncomfortable moments. You're really on the precipice of getting what you want. And usually, God love them, the universe will challenge the heck out of us, literally. We will literally need to jump through our hoops. It's kind of like, you wanted this, baby. Let's see how much you wanted this. So they will. Yes. They will push us to our...
That totally resonates with me.
They want you to know you're
doing well. That totally resonates.
I get a mother figure in spirit for you, sweetheart. And I have to say, I come in really, really strong. I'm going to say that this beautiful lady was a curvaceous more lady. Now, let me correct myself. They can often say this sort of stuff when they want to discern between nanny over dad's side, nanny over mum's side. Okay, you might have had short nanny, tall nanny, you know, small nanny and curvaceous nanny. And I feel like curvaceous nanny, or the nanny that had the large breast area, I will say, is coming in around you. I get so much yellow, sweetheart. And I also want to say to you, I don't know if I was connecting to the letter M, but I'm going to give it to you in case that was what I was meant to do. But I want to say to you this. Yes,
that's my grandmother on my dad's side.
Yes, and this is what I was saying between nanny and mummy and dad. I also want to say, was there some sort of service done? Now, let me correct myself. I'm not just talking about Army, Navy, Air Force. I'm talking about police, firemen, any sort of full-on service to the community. And I would like to say I want to connect that to dad's side, because we're talking to nanny from dad's side. She's also saying, who smokes around you, sweetheart?
Who, what, sorry?
Who smokes, darling? Or was this her or dad?
I think it was dad.
Okay, she's just mentioning that. That's all, darling. I'll try not to stop, so please don't think I'm being rude. But Reva, if we do get disconnected, you could always come and check me out over on Facebook Land, and if I'm still on, I'll happily finish the reading for you, darling. But what I will say to you is this. I feel as though she comes through. She wants to encourage you. She's also talking about you in a relationship. So I don't know if that relationship came after her passing, or she's basically saying, I give my blessing. I like it. I'm happy about it. So if you have a new partner, or the partnership, or the relationship, I feel like Nana's going, I like it. I'm into it. Keep going there as well. I get the number 3 around you, and I'm not sure if that's March or children, to be quite honest. And I would also like to say, would Nana also have a younger male back from the family in the spirit world with her, honey?
Yes.
Okay, because she's acknowledging the younger male. There you go. She's acknowledging that she has the younger male that is connected to the family tree with her in the spirit world. And I feel as though he may have gone after her, only because I feel like I had a meet and a greet. And because it's coming from her, I feel like it may have been her that met him, or he came after she crossed over, whichever way. I also want to say I am completely fine and free of my body's limitations. So I also want to say this to you. She feels like she's dancing. She's having a good old time. So if that was not how she crossed over with her body's limitation, she wants you to know she's free of all of that. There is a Cancer connection, And I will say that that is a symptom that is coming through maybe a few of the people over in the spirit world. So I'm not just going to put it over at Nanny's part, but she is saying that there was a cancer connection for someone who passed, and there was also an impact, a hit, an accident, something like that. It was very quick. But she wants you to know she's very much around you. She said, look out for the birds. I feel as though you're going to look up at the sky and you're either going to see a beautiful hawk or an eagle or something like that. It's not this little sparrow or a little pigeon or something. It's going to be significant, sweetheart. So she's just saying, when you want confirmation, look up to the sky and you will get a bird circling the house or circling you, or you'll see this beautiful eagle, or you'll see this beautiful significant bird. She wants you to know she's free as the bird. So please. And also, after the passing, was there a family rift or a family argument over possessions?
During and after, yes.
Yes, she wants to acknowledge that she's aware of both during and after. She also wants to say, I'll work it out. She really doesn't care. Like, to be quite honest, she's getting a bit tough love. Right? It's stuff. I don't care. Stop being a fool is basically the message. So it doesn't really matter. And realistically, you're only just hurting yourselves. So stop it, please. I'm disapproving from the spirit world of you being silly to each other. Other than that, I really don't care about the possessions, okay? She wants you to know that she always had a special place for you in her heart. She had eyes on you, sweetheart. So I don't know if it was as you were growing up, she had a bit to do with you, or she watched you, but she saw this beautiful heart in you, sweetheart, and she wants you to know that is what she's proud of with you. You're a beautiful woman, you're a beautiful soul, and your heart beats for all of those around you.